Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Ovi. My full name is Dr. Ovayosa Adele. I am a child, adolescent, and adult psychiatrist, both certified in those fields as well as in general pediatrics. I have over 20 years experience in child adolescent behavior management and my parent management training videos. This is video 3 in a series of videos, and this video is titled Mindfulness. Paying attention to your child's mood. And even though these are parent management training videos, which means we're helping a parent learn to manage their child. So hopefully we're helping the child also develop self-confidence, also be able to tolerate frustration and regulate their emotions. So remember we talked about A, B, C of behaviors, how there's always an antecedent, something that sets the B, which is the behavior off, and there's a C consequence, and that as long as that is a reinforcer, the consequence keeps the behavior going. So we have a cycle that goes on. We talked about a child's behavior having a function, and even though it doesn't make sense because some of these are negative behaviors, but they do have a function. They delay the child having to follow through with the command. They also kind of sometimes cause the parent to lose track of what the command was in the first place, and then we're focusing on the C, which might be timeouts, which might be loss of privileges. But remember, the antecedent was the request or command the parent gave. The child maybe never even followed through. So don't forget, we're understanding our child's behavior, and that is the only way we can break the cycle. So I hope you've been following through with our positive attending, which is paying attention to your child's positive behavior. And I requested you make or set out a 30-minute period for this to occur on a daily basis, at least 5 days a week if possible. And I'm hoping after 30 days of positive attending time, mind you, we can do this for years or forever. There's nothing wrong with paying attention to your child's behavior. But positive attending time was a set aside time, which I hope will translate into a pattern of behavior where a parent is paying attention when the child is actually having positive behavior and offering praise, which is a form of positive reinforcement, so we keep that behavior going. So mindfulness today means, like we said, the age of the child is also important. So if a child is 2 and they're having tantrums, we all call this the age of terrible twos. I don't really expect those parents to be showing up for help because this is the expectation. However, if aggression becomes an issue, say a child has a tantrum, they're hurting themselves, they're hurting someone else, or these tantrums are exceedingly long, like lasting 30 minutes, lasting an hour, and the parent is at their wits' end, by all means, we might need to help you earlier than, at this point. So yes, it doesn't really matter what the age of the child is if the behavior is impairing their functioning. It might be socially. I can't take this child anywhere. I can't even take him to church. I can't take him to parties or dinner or to any restaurant or stores. Yep, we might need to help you out there. Or the daycare kicked him out, or the second daycare kicked the child out, so it's impairing their social functioning, their educational functioning. By all means, you need to talk to someone about it. Start with the pediatrician who will be happy to help you. So mindfulness means being mindful. And why is this so important? It's like, what's the big deal about mindfulness? So just think of mindfulness as a form of self-awareness. So maybe that's a better term, self-awareness, because when you're self-aware, it's almost like my orientation to myself in time and space, who I am, where I am at. Is that really helpful? Well, it is really helpful in developing your sense of self, which is really important when it comes to understanding your emotions and regulating them. So for a child, this can be pretty difficult. So what I might want us to do for this assignment is get a sheet of paper and maybe some markers or some crayons or pencils or pens, and Let us start to get our children to understand their emotions. Why I find this helpful is when we understand an emotion, we can put a word to it. So many times, I want children to start to relate to this. So I might say, how do you feel today? You could ask your child, how are you feeling today? It might be first in the morning, oh, I feel really awful. I feel angry. I didn't get enough sleep. Oh, I'm tired. But you just woke up. So let us start understanding the child's mood, because that is a sense of self-awareness, and just making your child aware that they have a mood helps them to start to understand their emotions. So you could get a series of faces. We have so many emojis. I love the emoji faces. And you can let them pick out happy face. So I'm happy today. And you can let your child know, show me a happy face then if you feel happy. And maybe we get a big smile. And then obviously another common face you want to recognize is angry faces. Oops, I feel angry today. So let's see angry face. Another face maybe, I'm scared or afraid or worried or anxious. So let's start to put words to those emotions, because only when we can put words to emotions can we start to work through those emotions or find a way to change those emotions. So we want to change an angry mad face to a happy smiley face, or sad face, or cry face. So let us try to start to understand those emotions. Let's try to help our children put words to those emotions. And when you catch those emotions, let's start to help the child put words to it. So it might be, this is my sleepy face, and I must give recognition to a child psychologist, Mr. Felipe, Dr. Felipe, who helped me understand children's behavior. So he would call my children who were frequently angry, irritable, spiteful, or vindictive, bad-tempered children are little porcupines. So porcupines gives you that idea, like a hedgehog. You don't really want to hug these kids because they don't even want to be hugged. They're all prickly and irritated and frustrated. We didn't even start the day yet. So help your child understand what their emotions are. Put words to these emotions. Only then can we then start to regulate those emotions. So the kids whose parents are listening to these videos today are probably not happy smiley faces all the time. They're more likely a significant amount of time irritated, frustrated, angry, sad, mad, scared, anxious, worried, afraid. And if we're going through those emotions, it's hard to regulate yourself. It's hard to develop that self-confidence that helps you understand these too shall pass. If you're going through a terrible time right now, it doesn't mean that's going to be the rest of the day. And try telling that to an anxious child. So now that we understand the emotions we're feeling, and now that we have put a word to those feelings, this will be my opportunity to help us learn how to regulate some of those emotions. So there are many techniques for self-regulation. One of the common ones we all use is breathing techniques. So if you can get some bubbles, the bubbles in the dollar store, the one that comes with a little hoop, that's a good way to help little kids learn to breathe. And the way I go about doing it, if I don't have any tools, is by let them understand we're going to do some breathing. What we're trying to do is help you learn what to do when you're angry. So remember those A, B, C's. So the A is the antecedent. It might have been a command. It might have been a request to do a chore. It might have been the child wanting something. Mom, can I have chips? Or can I watch a movie or show? And mom said no. So that's the A. Now we're at the B. So even though B is behavior, I want to let everyone understand there's a mood before that behavior. So where I'm targeting now is the mood right before the behavior. So I might have been a happy smiley kid. Mom, I want to watch the show. And mom said no. Immediately I become frustrated, maybe angry, maybe irritated, maybe sad or mad. So then what happens? I might cry, whine, yell, hit, throw, have a little tantrum. But what I want to learn for this child to do is regulate that mood, which means calm yourself down. So sometimes I use numbers. So I might say 10 is the most angry you've ever been, or the most irritated, or the most frustrated. If we can do a little breathing, we might be able to bring you down to a 7 or 6. Even 8 is better than a 10. And then we can work our way down. You can put words to those emotions. We can figure out a different solution so we don't end up with the C, which will be the consequence for acting out. So if we can get that mood under control, the B might never happen, which is the behavior. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath now. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel your chest rise, get those shoulders out, and we're gonna hold this breath. So we hopefully took the breath for 4, and we're holding it for 2 and 3 and 4, and we're gonna blow it out for 4. So I always say, imagine you're blowing out the candles on the cake. For 2 and 3 and 4. And go ahead and do a second breath in now through your noses. For 2 and 4, and hold it there for 2 and 3 and 4, and blow out the candles on the cake. For 2 and 3 and 4. And as we do those breathing techniques, we're going to do some progressive muscle relaxation. So you should do this with muscle groups. We can start with our feet and toes, then our calves, then thighs, then butt and back, to arms and necks and shoulders, the face. So don't forget, we want to do muscle groups. And this is actually also a way for you to focus on something different than what you're angry about, because you're calming down the breaths. And now we're doing the muscle groups, turn after turn. So hopefully you're not frustrated, you're not as frustrated by thinking about what made you upset. So take a deep breath in. And I'm going to do this with the progressive muscle relaxation. So squeeze your feet. And since I'm in a hurry, I'll do my butt and my thighs as well. But don't forget, we want to do muscle groups. Squeeze tight with that breath in for 2 and 3 and 4. Squeeze tight till it almost hurts. And when you let go, let those muscles relax for 2 and 3 and 4. One more deep breath in. And now we're doing not just our feet and butt and thighs. Let's do our backs and shoulders and hold it tight with that breath in for 2 and 3 and 4. And when you let it go, relax for 2 and 3 and 4. One last one for the road. Deep breath in and squeeze those feet, that butt, that back, and chest and neck for 2 and 3 and 4. Sit back in your chair and let it go. Relax those muscles for 2 and 3 and 4. So parents, have you ever tried yoga? When you do yoga right, you get to regulate your breathing. Go onto YouTube, pick up some yoga videos, look for some breathing technique videos, some progressive muscle relaxation. The app that I would advise for this is C as in cat, B as in boy, T as in Thomas, CBT I coach. Once again, C as in cat, B as in boy, T as in Thomas, hyphen or dash, I as in igloo, coach. This is an app by the VA. It's great for sleep hygiene. It has breathing techniques on there, progressive muscle relaxation on there. And before we go, I am going to do one last relaxation technique, which is imagery. So sit back in your chair, close your eyes, and let's just, do you want to go by the beach? Are we going to go in the daffodil fields? Let's go by the beach. So we're laying back in the sand, all the way back, and the sand is brown and greedy and hot, and the sun is up there in the sky, and the clouds are white and blue, and there's waves coming into the sea. And we're on the waves, and we're laying back, and we're going up and down, and we're going wave by wave by wave onto the shore, and we're going wave by wave by wave out to the sea. And in the horizon, I can see the sun, the white clouds, the blue sky. I can see some birds in the sky, and I'm just going by wave and wave and wave into the sea. Now open my eyes now. So I hope you enjoyed our relaxation techniques. I hope you enjoyed our mindfulness videos. I hope you're feeling so much more relaxed with our breathing techniques. I hope you downloaded the app, the CBT I coach. And I hope you and your child can bring that anger, irritability, and frustration from a 10. I feel like I'm at a 6 or 7 right now. So if we learn to self-regulate, we're going to be feeling much better. And other things kids do to help them feel better or focus on something positive might be art, it might be coloring, it might be any of the activities we did during our positive attending, it might be some kids like video games, and it might be music, it might be playing an instrument, it might be karate, it might be taekwondo. I love yoga because it helps you regulate your breathing, as well as the martial arts helps you breathe and learn to control that inner breath. So don't forget, let's be mindful of what our emotions are. Let's put words to the emotions, and let's all try to relax, parents as well as children. See you in video 4. Have a good day.